The Galactic Council Hall was the most powerful place in the galaxy. It floated in open space, surrounded by stars and guarded by fleets from 100 worlds. Inside the hall, leaders of many alien races sat in a wide circle. Their bodies were different, some tall, some small, some with scales, some with glowing skin. But their thoughts were the same. They believed they ruled everything. The meeting was calm, very calm. A tall, blue-skinned counselor spoke slowly. Next topic, he said, the human species. A soft sound of amusement moved through the hall. Humans are still divided, said another counselor with metal arms. No united empire. No advanced fleets. No threat. They fight among themselves, added a reptilian leader. Primitive thinking. Emotional. A large screen appeared in the center of the hall. It showed Earth, blue oceans, white clouds, small ships around it. The council marked humans as low priority. Then, something changed. A small alert icon blinked on the screen. One of the council technicians froze. His long fingers stopped moving. Report, demanded the blue-skinned counselor. The technician swallowed. Deep space sensor detected an object. How large? Asked another voice. The technician checked again. His eyes widened. Unknown. The hall became quiet. Unknown was not a word used often here. Put it on screen, ordered the council. The image shifted. At first, there was only darkness. Then stars began to bend. Light stretched in strange lines. Space itself seemed to shake. Something was coming. Slowly, the object appeared. It was massive. Not a station. Not a moon. Not any known ship design. It was long and dark, with sharp edges and deep shadows. No glowing engines. No visible weapons. It moved with calm purpose, like it knew nothing could stop it. Several counselors leaned forward. Scale, one asked. The technician's voice trembled. It is larger than our largest dreadnought. By many times. That was impossible. No race builds ships that size, said a council elder. Not without collapsing their economy. The object stopped. Right outside council space. No shields activated. No weapons powered up. Just waiting. Then the hall lights dimmed slightly. A signal request appeared. Origin, human space. The council stared. Humans, someone whispered. Accept, the blue-skinned counselor said, trying to sound calm. The air in the center of the hall shimmered. A hologram formed. A human appeared. He was average in height. Pale skin. Short dark hair. No armor. No crown. Just a simple uniform. His face was calm. His eyes steady. He did not bow. He did not smile. My name is Commander Elias Ward, the human said. His voice was even. I speak for the United Earth Defense. The council waited for more. You have entered restricted space, the blue-skinned counselor said. Explain your presence. The human looked around the hall, as if counting them. We are aware, Commander Ward said. This meeting is why we are here. Some counselors shifted in their seats. You were not invited, said the metal-armed leader. This is council territory. Ward nodded once. Correct. The silence grew heavy. Then Ward continued. We request that all council fleets remain still. A low sound of laughter echoed from one side of the hall. Request denied, the reptilian leader said. You have no authority here. Ward did not react. This is not a negotiation, he said calmly. This is a warning. The council erupted in voices. A threat? From humans? Absurd. The blue-skinned counselor raised his hand. Enough. He looked at Ward. What is that ship? Ward turned slightly. The image of the dark giant ship appeared behind him. That, he said, is a Titan-class warship. The word meant nothing to the council. For your understanding, Ward added, it is not our largest class. That sentence hit the hall like a shockwave. You expect us to believe this? Demanded a council elder. Ward's eyes remained cold. Belief is not required. A new alert sounded. One of the council fleets near the human ship had moved closer. Just a small motion. A test. Ward sighed softly. Please stop, he said. The fleet did not stop. Ward looked back at the council. "This is your final notice," he said. "Do not move. Do not speak. Observe." The human signal cut. The hall lights flickered. Outside, the Titan-class warship changed. A single line of light appeared along its surface. Small, thin, nothing dramatic. Then the council's sensor screen went blank for a second. When it returned, the alien fleet was gone. No explosion, no debris, just empty space. The Galactic Council could neither move nor speak, and the Titan-class warship remained completely still. The empty space where the alien fleet once existed felt wrong. No fire, no broken metal, no sound, just silence. Inside the Galactic Council hall, no one spoke. Many counselors had never seen a fleet destroyed without battle. War always came with noise and chaos. This was different. This was clean. Too clean. Sensors refreshed again and again. Nothing. The Titan-class warship remained in the same position. Still, calm, untouched. "It erased them," whispered one counselor. "No," said a scientist slowly. "It did not erase them. It removed them." The blue-skinned council leader stood up. His hands trembled slightly, though he tried to hide it. "Open the human channel again," he ordered. The hologram returned. Commander Elias Ward appeared once more. His face showed no pride, no anger, only control. "You have made your point," the council leader said carefully. "That action was unnecessary." Ward tilted his head slightly. It was necessary for clarity. Many counselors felt something cold move through them. Clarity. "You destroyed a full fleet," the metal-armed leader said. "With one ship." Ward nodded. "With one defensive system." That sentence hit harder than the first. "Defensive?" the reptilian leader hissed. "That was a weapon." Ward shook his head. "No, that was a boundary correction field. It removes objects that violate protected space." The council looked at the Titan again. "That field," Ward continued, "is automatic. It does not require my command." A deep fear settled into the hall. "Then what weapons does it have?" asked the council elder. Ward was silent for a moment. Then he answered. "You are not ready for that answer." Outside the hall, more alien fleets began to move. Not forward, not backward, sideways, cautious, nervous. The Titan reacted instantly, not with light, not with force. The space around it changed. Gravity bent. Time lagged. Sensors screamed with impossible numbers. The ship was not attacking. It was existing, and that was enough. "This is impossible technology," said a scientist. "They should not have this level of control." "Humans were marked as a low-threat species," another whispered. Ward spoke again, his voice steady. "Your records are outdated." The council leader swallowed. "Explain." Ward raised a hand. The image shifted. A new display appeared. Human history. Wars. Cities burning. Planets scarred. Ships lost in deep space. "Humanity almost destroyed itself," Ward said. "Many times." The images changed. Smaller human fleets fighting something dark. Something massive. Something not alien, but ancient. "We learned early," Ward continued, "that survival does not belong to the strongest. It belongs to those who adapt." The Titan appeared again on screen. "This ship is not a symbol of power," Ward said. "It is a result of fear." "Fear of us?" asked the reptilian leader. Ward looked directly at him. "Fear of extinction." The council was quiet. "Why come here now?" the blue-skinned counselor asked. "Why reveal yourselves?" Ward took a breath. "Because you're preparing to move against Earth," he said. "Your fleets, your plans, your quiet discussions." Several counselors stiffened. "You spy on us," one shouted. Ward did not deny it. "We observe all potential threats." The Titan moved slightly forward, just enough to be noticed. Many counselors leaned back in fear. "We do not seek to rule the galaxy," Ward said. "We seek to protect our species." "And if we refuse?" the metal-armed leader asked. Ward's voice dropped slightly. Not louder, not softer, colder. Then we will still protect our species. A new alarm sounded, this time from deep space. Multiple hyperspace signatures. An entire alliance fleet was forming. Thousands of ships. The council leader looked at the screen, then back at Ward. That fleet is not under my direct control, he said. They will see your ship as a threat. Ward nodded slowly. We expected that. You will be destroyed, the leader said. Ward did not react. One ship cannot face a galaxy, the reptilian leader said. Ward allowed himself a small pause. This ship, he said, was not built to fight fleets. The council waited. It was built, Ward continued, to end wars before they begin. The Titan's surface began to shift. Panels moved. Sections unlocked. Something inside the ship was waking up. And across the galaxy, every fleet commander felt the same sudden thought. They had made a terrible mistake. Fear does not always come with screams. Sometimes fear is silence. Inside the Galactic Council hall, the Alliance fleet continued to gather in deep space. Thousands of ships formed lines and circles, weapons armed, shields glowing. Commanders waited for orders. Many believed numbers alone would bring victory. Inside the hall, no one felt confident. The Titan-class warship remained still. Its dark surface slowly shifted, as if the ship was breathing. Panels moved with purpose, not speed. Nothing looked rushed. That made it worse. The Alliance fleet will engage soon, said a council tactician. They outnumber it 10,000 to 1. No, whispered a scientist, staring at a screen. That is not how this ends. What do you mean? Demanded the metal-armed leader. The scientist did not look up. The Titan is not reacting to the fleet. It is reacting to space itself. The council turned toward the main display. Space around the Titan began to ripple, not violently, gently, like water disturbed by a falling drop. Then came the sound, a low hum. It did not travel through air. It passed through metal, through bone, through thought. Several counselors clutched their heads. What is that noise? The reptilian leader hissed. It's not noise, the scientist said, his voice shaking. It's a pressure wave in subspace. The hum grew deeper. Alliance ships at the edge of the formation began to drift. Their pilots reported strange delays. Controls responded half a second late, then a full second. Then some ships stopped responding at all. Pull back, a fleet commander shouted over open channels. Too late. The Titan did not fire. It did not chase. It spoke. A pulse spread outward in a perfect sphere. Invisible, silent, clean. Every Alliance ship caught inside it went dark. Engines off, weapons offline, shields gone. Thousands of ships floated powerless, like dead insects in space. Still no explosions. Still no debris. The Galactic Council stared in horror. That pulse, whispered the Blue-Skin Council leader. What did it do? Commander Elias Ward appeared on the hologram once more. It disabled your fleets, he said calmly. Non-lethal. Temporary. Temporary? The council leader repeated weakly. Yes, Ward said. Their systems will recover in 6 hours. 6 hours. The council tried to understand what that meant. You could have killed them, said a council elder. Ward nodded once. Correct. Why didn't you? Asked another. Ward paused. His eyes seemed distant for a moment. Because fear teaches faster than death, he said. The hall fell silent again. The council leader slowly lowered himself back into his seat. For generations, he said, we believed humans were fragile. Ward did not correct him. You hide your power, the leader continued. You let us underestimate you. Ward spoke softly. We learned that lesson early. The display shifted again. Old human footage appeared. Cities in ruins. Sirens. Smoke. People running. This was Earth, Ward said. Before unity. Before restraint. The images changed. Human fleets destroyed. Planets burned. Colonies lost. We met enemies stronger than us, Ward said. Smarter than us. Older than us. A dark shape appeared on the screen. Massive, Ancient. The council felt a chill. We survived, Ward continued, because we learned control. The Titan filled the display again. This ship is not built for conquest, Ward said. It is built to stop threats before they grow. The reptilian leader leaned forward. And you consider us a threat? Ward looked directly at him. You were planning to be, he said. The council leader closed his eyes. What do you want? He asked. Ward answered without delay. Respect. The word echoed. Not fear, Ward added. Not obedience. Respect. And if we refuse, the metal-armed leader asked again, though his voice was weaker now. Ward's expression did not change. Then you will continue to fear us, he said. Outside, the disabled Alliance fleets floated helplessly. No human ships moved to attack. No follow-up strikes came. That confused the council even more. You are giving us time, the council leader said slowly. Yes, Ward replied. To recover? The leader asked. To think, Ward corrected. A new alert appeared on the council screens. Deep space sensors detected something else. Something far away. Something old. The scientists froze. That signal, one whispered. It matches ancient records. The council leader looked at Ward. You knew, he said. Ward's silence confirmed it. That fleet you gathered, Ward finally said, will not be needed against us. The Titan shifted slightly, turning toward the distant signal. It will be needed, Ward continued, against what is coming. And for the first time in recorded history, the Galactic Council realized humanity was not asking for a place in the galaxy. Humanity was warning it. The distant signal continued to pulse. Slow, heavy, ancient. Every screen in the Galactic Council hall focused on it. The data made no sense. The energy pattern was wrong. Too dense, too stable, like something that had existed long before modern space travel. This signal matches no known race, a scientist said. It predates the council. The council leader felt a deep unease. How long until it reaches us? The scientist hesitated. Months, maybe less. The Alliance fleets were still floating, powerless. Thousands of ships silent and blind. Outside the hall, the Titan-class warship moved again. Slowly, deliberately, it placed itself between the council space and the distant signal. A wall. Commander Elias Ward's hologram appeared once more. This is where your fleets should be, he said, not pointing at Earth. The council leader stared at the image. You expect us to follow your command? Ward shook his head. I expect you to survive. The metal-armed leader stood up. We will not take orders from humans. Ward looked at him. Then do not, he said. Observe. The Titan's outer armor shifted again. Large sections folded inward. Deep inside the ship, something bright began to glow. Energy levels spiked across all sensors. Is it charging a weapon? A counselor shouted. No, the scientist replied, his voice trembling. It's opening something. A massive hangar door slid open along the Titan's side. Inside was not a fighter bay. It was empty. The council was confused. Then space itself split. A controlled tier formed inside the hangar. A stable rift, perfectly shaped. Something began to come through. Not ships, machines. Dozens at first. Then hundreds. Human drones. Sleek, silent, armed. They spread out with perfect coordination, forming a wide defense line around the Titan. Each drone was small compared to alien warships, but their numbers kept growing. Those are autonomous units, the scientist said. Fully independent. The reptilian leader scoffed weakly. Drones will not stop a galaxy-wide threat. Ward spoke again. They are not meant to stop it. The council waited. They are meant to slow it, Ward said, while we prepare. The Titan fired again. Not at the council. Not at the fleets. At empty space. A beam of light cut across the stars and vanished. Seconds later, a shock wave returned from deep space. The distant signal changed. It faltered. The council gasped. You hit it, the council leader said. Ward nodded. A range test. The metal-armed leader stared at the display. That target was light years away. Ward did not boast. He did not smile. Our weapons do not travel through space, he said. They rewrite it. Silence crushed the hall. The council leader slowly lowered his head. We misjudge you, he said. Ward answered simply, yes. Outside, the Alliance fleets began to regain power. One by one, systems came back online. Commanders reported full control. None of them moved. They waited. They watched the Titan. The council leader raised his head again. What do you ask of us now? Ward's voice was firm. Stand with us, he said, or stand behind us. The distant signal pulsed again. Stronger this time. The Titan's drones adjusted their formation. Human fleets began to appear from hyperspace. Not hundreds, thousands. Clean lines, unified designs. No wasted motion. The council realized the truth. This Titan was not alone. It was only first. The council leader took a deep breath. The Galactic Council will reconsider humanity's status, he said. Ward inclined his head slightly. Wise. The ancient signal flared. The stars dimmed. Something enormous began to emerge at the edge of known space. The council leader whispered, What is it? Ward's reply was quiet. Our reason for building Titans. And as the galaxy held its breath, humanity prepared to do what it had always done best. Stand between destruction and everything else. The stars near the edge of known space grew dark. Not black, heavy, as if something massive was pulling light into itself. Every sensor across the Galactic Council network screamed warnings. Data flooded the hall faster than translators could process. It's entering real space, a scientist said. That object is not a ship. The council leader's voice was low. Then what is it? The screen zoomed in. The shape was wrong. It had no clear front or back. No engines. No structure that followed logic. It looked grown, not built. Layers of armor moved like living skin. Vast shapes twisted within it, like shadows trapped under ice. A world eater, whispered an elder. From the old myths. Commander Elias Ward stood silently in the hologram. You know of it, the council leader said. Ward nodded. By another name. The image shifted. Human records appeared. Old. Classified. Red warnings filled the screen. This enemy arrived in our space decades ago, Ward said. We did not understand at first. Images showed human colonies going dark. Entire planet silent. No distress calls. It does not conquer, Ward continued. It harvests. The council felt cold. You fought this thing alone? The reptilian leader asked. Yes, Ward replied, because no one else believed us. The Titan-class warship moved forward again. Its drones pulled closer, forming a layered defense net. This Titan, Ward said, was built after we lost 10 billion lives. The number stunned the hall. The council leader's hands clenched. Why not tell us sooner? Ward's eyes hardened. We tried. Images appeared. Human envoys ignored. Messages marked low priority. Warnings archived and forgotten. You judge us weak, Ward said. So we prepared alone. The ancient entity shifted in deep space. Parts of it broke away, forming smaller shapes. It's splitting, a scientist said. Those are attack units. Human fleets moved instantly. Silent. Perfect. The Titan did not rush forward. It waited. That thing is older than our council, an elder said. How can you fight it? Ward answered simply. By not fighting it like everyone else. The Titan's core glowed brighter. A new field expanded outward. Not violent. Stable. Calm. What is that? The council leader asked. A containment net, Ward said. It limits how reality bends around the target. The ancient entity reacted. Space twisted. Energy surged. Then it stopped. The creature struggled. It failed. For the first time, something ancient showed resistance. That should be impossible, the scientist whispered. Ward's voice remained calm. We learned its rules. The Titan fired again. This time, not a beam. A wave. The wave passed through the ancient entity. Layers of its structure began to separate, pulled apart by invisible forces. It screamed, not in sound, in minds. Several counselors collapsed, clutching their heads. Shields, someone shouted. Human fleets adjusted instantly, extending protection fields toward the council hall. The scream faded. The ancient entity recoiled, retreating slightly. It was wounded. The council leader stared at Ward. "You could have destroyed us," he said quietly. Ward did not deny it. "Yes. Why didn't you?" Ward paused. "Because humanity does not rule through fear," he said. "We rule ourselves first." The council leader stood slowly. "For the first time," he said, "the Galactic Council sees humanity clearly." He looked around the hall. No one objected. "We accept your alliance," he said, "as equals." Ward inclined his head again. "Good," he said. "You will need to move quickly." The ancient entity began to stabilize. More of it emerged from deep space. "This is only one," Ward continued. "There are others." Fear returned to the hall. The Titan moved forward once more, placing itself fully between the enemy and the galaxy. Human fleets followed. The council leader watched in silence. Humanity was not asking permission. Humanity was taking responsibility. And the galaxy, whether it liked it or not, was safer because of it. The ancient entity stopped retreating. Instead, it changed. Its broken layers pulled back together, forming a new shape. Thicker, denser, smarter. The stars around it dimmed even more, as if light itself was being drained. "It's learning." A human officer reported from the Titan. The Galactic Council hall was quiet again, but this time the silence was filled with dread. "That thing adapts," the council leader said, "like a living weapon." Commander Elias Ward nodded. "Yes, that is why it is dangerous." The Titan-class warship adjusted its position slightly. Human fleets spread out behind it, forming deep defensive lines. Every movement was slow, controlled, and planned. No panic. "That creature feeds on fear and chaos," Ward continued. "That is how it wins." The ancient entity released another pulse. This one was different. It did not attack ships. It attacked minds. Across the galaxy, crews felt it. A sudden wave of despair. Memories of loss. The feeling that resistance was pointless. Several alien commanders froze, unable to move. "Psychic assault," a scientist shouted. "It's targeting morale." Human ships reacted instantly. A new signal spread from the Titan. Calm, steady, strong. The feeling faded. "What did you just do?" the council leader asked. Ward answered, "Human neural dampeners. We built them after the First War." The council leader closed his eyes. "You have fought this enemy before," he said. "Haven't you?" Ward did not hide the truth. "Yes." The display changed again. Human battle records appeared. A younger humanity. Smaller fleets. Desperate tactics. The ancient entities were many then. Human losses were heavy. "We did not win," Ward said quietly. "We survived." The ancient entity in front of them began to open. Something inside it glowed. "That's a weapon," a council tactician warned. "A system-level attack." The council leader looked at Ward. "Can you stop it?" Ward was silent for a moment. "Not alone," he said. The words hit the council hard. "You need us," the metal-armed leader said. Ward nodded. "Yes." That changed everything. The Titan transmitted new data. Alien screens filled with human tactical plans. Clear, simple, direct. "Your fleets will not lead," Ward said. "They will support." Some counselors bristled, but none objected. The ancient entity fired. Space collapsed inward. A massive wave rushed toward the Titan. Human fleets held position. The Titan absorbed the hit. Its shields flared bright white, then settled. Damage reports came in. "Minor," a human officer said. The council could not believe it. "That attack could have wiped out a star system," a scientist whispered. Ward's voice remained calm. "We know." The Titan charged its main system. "This weapon," Ward said, "was not designed to kill." The council waited. "It was designed to end." The Titan fired. Reality folded. The ancient entity froze. Its movement slowed. Its internal light dimmed. "What did you do?" the council leader asked. Ward answered carefully. "We cut it off from what it feeds on." The entity screamed again, weaker this time. "It feeds on expansion," Ward said. "On unchecked growth. On domination." The ancient entity began to collapse inward, its own mass crushing itself. Alien fleets moved in, following human instructions. Precision strikes. Containment fields. For the first time, the galaxy fought together. The ancient entity broke apart, shrinking into fragments that faded into nothing. The battle ended. But Ward did not relax. "That was not a victory," he said. The council leader frowned. "It's destroyed." Ward shook his head. "That was a scout." The room went cold. "A scout," an elder whispered. Ward nodded. "The real enemy is still watching." The Titan powered down its main weapon. Human fleets held formation. The council leader stood tall. "Then we stand with you," he said. "Fully." Ward looked at the stars. "Good," he said, "because the next time they won't come alone." And somewhere beyond the edge of known space, something ancient shifted. And notice humanity was no longer alone. The battlefield was quiet. Fragment of the ancient scout drifted away like dust, slowly fading into nothing. Human fleets held their positions. Alien ships stayed exactly where they were told. No one celebrated. Everyone understood now. This was not the end. Inside the Galactic Council hall, the leaders stood in silence. For the first time since the council was formed, no one argued. No one claimed authority. They had all seen the same thing. Humanity had not saved the galaxy to rule it. Humanity had saved it because someone had to stand in front. The council leader stepped forward. His voice carried through the hall. "For centuries," he said, "we believed power meant control." He looked at the image of the Titan-class warship, still floating between the galaxy and the dark unknown. "Today," he continued, "we learned power can also mean restraint." Commander Elias Ward appeared one last time. "The enemy will return," Ward said. "Not soon, but not never." The council leader nodded. "And when it does?" Ward answered without hesitation. "Humanity will stand first." That simple statement shook the hall more than any weapon ever could. "You will defend us again?" the reptilian leader asked quietly. Ward looked at him. "We will defend the galaxy," he said. "Because if it falls, we fall with it." The council leader turned to the others. "I propose a change," he said. "Humanity will no longer be classified as a minor species." No one objected. "They will be recognized as a guardian species," he continued, "with full authority in matters of existential threat." The decision passed instantly. Outside, the Titan began to move, not forward. Home. Human fleets slowly followed, slipping into hyperspace in perfect order. No rush. No chaos. The Titan was last to leave. Before it did, it sent one final message across every known channel in the galaxy. Not a threat, not a command. A promise. "We are watching the dark, so you can live in the light." Then it vanished. The stars returned to normal. Life across the galaxy slowly resumed. Trade routes reopened. Fleets returned to patrol. Worlds that had been preparing for a war stood down. But nothing felt the same. On distant planets, young alien officers studied new tactical doctrines, human ones. Scientists requested human data. Leaders asked human advisors to sit beside them. Respect had replaced fear. And far beyond the edge of known space, something ancient observed a change. It felt resistance where there had once been weakness. Unity where there had been division. A species that did not conquer, did not kneel, and did not run. The ancient mind calculated again. Humanity was no longer prey. It was a wall. Back on Earth, the Titan-class warship entered orbit in silence. Its crew did not cheer. They did not celebrate. They simply prepared. Because they knew the truth better than anyone else. Peace was not permanent. It was protected. And when the galaxy needed someone to stand between everything and extinction, humanity would be there, waiting. Peace had returned to the galaxy. Or so it seemed. The Titan-class warship floated silently in orbit around Earth. Its crew moved with precision, checking systems, recalculating patrol routes, and monitoring distant space. Every sensor remained on alert. Nothing could be left to chance. Commander Elias Ward stood on the bridge, staring at the dark void beyond the stars. He did not smile. He did not relax. "Status report," he said. "All fleets are in position, Commander," a junior officer replied. "Council allies have fully integrated our coordination systems. No anomalies detected so far." Ward nodded slowly. "Good. But anomalies rarely announce themselves." On the edge of known space, something stirred. Fragments of the ancient entity, the scout that had been defeated, were not gone. They had scattered into deep hyperspace, combining with energy patterns the humans had never studied. Slowly, deliberately, the remnants began to reform. Small at first, but intelligent, adaptive, hungry. The humans had won the battle, but not the war. "Commander," an officer said nervously, "we're picking up unusual signals near the Oort belt. Patterns resemble sentient movement." Ward's eyes narrowed. "Show me." The screen lit up. Tiny shadows, fast and precise, darted across the sensor map. There were hundreds of them, almost invisible against the star field. "They're not fleet ships," Ward said quietly. "They're scouts." "From the entity?" another officer asked. Ward shook his head. "Not exactly. Something older, something bigger, and it's learning from us." Back in the Galactic Council hall, leaders monitored the reports with growing concern. The humans knew what they were facing, the blue-skinned counselor said. They prepared alone. And yet they are uneasy. If they are uneasy, then we are in real danger. The Council's fleets remain in orbit around key planets. Still, waiting, following human instructions. On the Titan, Ward gave orders with calm precision. Deploy stealth drones beyond the asteroid belt. Begin adaptive scanning. Prepare for rapid mobilization. The crew obeyed. Each action was measured, each movement anticipatory. Outside in the void, the scattered shadows moved as one. They began to merge, forming shapes not quite mechanical, not quite alive. They hummed with energy, patterns repeated. Every pulse seemed to test the galaxy, probing for weakness. Ward watched quietly. "They are patient," he said, "and patience is their weapon." "Commander, should we alert the Council?" Ward shook his head. "Not yet. They are not ready to see what's coming. If we raise panic too soon, it will spread faster than the enemy. We prepare in silence, always in silence." The shadows stretched across hundreds of light years, converging slowly toward the galactic core. Their intent was clear. They were searching, calculating, waiting. "Humanity cannot fight this openly yet," Ward muttered. "Not until we understand what we face." He turned to his crew. "Today we remain guardians. Tomorrow we will be warriors." A faint flicker appeared on the outer sensors. A signal. Old. Ancient. A whisper in the void. "It's calling," Ward said, "and it knows we are ready." The galaxy held its breath. For the first time, humans and aliens alike felt the truth. The real darkness had not yet arrived. And when it did, no one, not Council, not fleets, not even the Titans, would survive unless humanity stood first. Ward clenched his fists. "Prepare for the shadows beyond. This is only the beginning."